Hey folks, up until now all my lessons on playing backup in the thumb lead two-finger style have focused on playing the boom chick with enhancements to the boom chick. And today we're going to move forward to a new basic pattern, the boom chicka. But before we do that, let's go back and take a look at that homework assignment from lesson 4. In lesson 4 I worked out and played boom booms for the first 2 lines of the chorus, "O Will the Circle Be Unbroken." Then I asked you to take lines 3 and 4 and try and figure out on your own where boom booms might work out in those 2 lines. So now let's go over that. There's 4 places where I think boom booms work best. Maybe there's more, but I'll sketch out the 4 I think are the best here. Number 1, let's go to line 3 and start with the lead-in words, "there's a." This is exactly like the lead-in on line 1 where we started with "will the." The melody notes here that correspond to those words are a D and an E, just like with line 1. So we've got 4-string open followed by 4-string at the 2nd fret, neighboring melody notes. And by the way, the notation that I've used here, maybe you figured this out, I meant to mention this in lesson 4. The big number indicates the string, and then the superscript by that number indicates the fret on that string. So 4 superscript 0, obviously open 4-string. 4 superscript 2 would be 4-string 2nd fret, so on and so forth. All right, well, let's go on to the next possibility, and that's in line 4 where we have the chord transition from the D chord to the G chord, almost at the end of the line. And there's just one word that we can work with there, it's the. So we have to cram 2 melody notes into the, and it works out. It turns out that those melody notes are a B and then an A. Once again, neighboring melody notes. So open 2nd string for the B, 3rd string 2nd fret for the A. So we can use those as transition notes between the D and the G chord in line 4. Number 3, if we go to the beginning of line 4 and look at the lead-in words there, in the, we have melody notes, neighboring melody notes on those 2 words, and the notes are a G and then an A. So we could play open 3rd string followed by 3rd string at the 2nd fret on in the, and that works out as a double boom leading into that line. And then lastly and 4th, the other place, not quite as obvious, but it works out, is back in line 3, if we go to the words home a. We're not changing chords here, we're just within the G chord, but we could put boom booms there because we have neighboring melody notes on those 2 words, and the notes are a B and then a C. So open 2nd string followed by 2nd string at the 1st fret to play a boom boom on home a. So those are the 4 examples that I thought worked out pretty well for lines 3 and 4. Maybe you thought of something else, and if it works, it works. If you thought of something else and you want to mention it, go back to lesson 4 and put a word in the comments with what you came up with and share it with us, and we'll be glad to discuss it if you want to discuss it. Enough on that lesson 4 homework. Let's move forward and get going with the boom chicka, which is the focus of today. Like the boom chicka is a fundamental pattern of 2-finger picking, whether you're playing melody or whether you're playing backup. Let me start by demonstrating what it is. I'll start on a G chord, move to a C chord, then to the D chord, then back home to the G chord, and when I play the booms, I'll just play them on the open 3rd string. Won't do anything fancy here, just to demonstrate. 1, 2, 3, 4. You may already be familiar with the boom chicka and can do this without any problem because it's something most beginner 2-finger players learn right out of the gate. However, let's go over it in a little detail just to make sure everybody's on the same page with this. Whereas the boom chick is a 2-note pattern, a thumb and a pinch, here we have a 3-note pattern, boom, chick, and all 3 notes are going to be on single strings. We don't have a pinch in the boom chicka, so that's a big difference here. If we use the chick or the pinch as a reference point, playing a chicka simply involves splitting that pinch into 2 separate notes. We're going to play the same strings here, strings 5 and 1, but rather than playing them together, we're going to play them in succession. The fifth string first, followed by the first string. So thumb and then finger. Let me demonstrate. Here's our pinch. Here's our pinch again. That's our chick. Here's our chicka, or if you will, our 5-1. So pinch, or chick, chicka, chick, chicka. That's really all it is. We're just taking the pinch and breaking it into its constituent notes, the fifth string first and then the first string. The thumb is still playing the fifth string, so we're going to lead off with the fifth string, and then the finger is going to play on the first string. So our basic fingering pattern is thumb, thumb, finger, boom, chicka, thumb, thumb, finger. Let's go through that one note at a time. We start with the boom, that's the thumb note, and we can play that note on strings 2, 3, or 4, open or fretted, whatever notes we're shooting for. We have the flexibility to play different strings there. When we go to the chick, we're still playing the fifth string with our thumb. Nothing's different there, but no fingers involved. It's just the fifth string with the thumb. And then when we go to the of the chicka, we're playing the first string with our finger. So just like with the boom chick, where the pinch is locked in, only on the boom can we play different strings. Here the chicka is locked in. That 5-1 pattern is a lock. We don't vary on that. The only time we vary what strings we play are on the booms, where our thumb can play different notes depending upon what we want to go after. The boom chicka also adds an offbeat to our basic rhythm, so let's take a good look at that before we move on. In 4/4 time, where we count 1, 2, 3, 4 in a basic measure, the boom and the chick both fall on beats. The booms always occur on beats 1 and 3, and the chicks always occur on beats 2 and 4. Regardless if we're playing boom chick or boom chicka, the booms and the chicks all fall on beats. They correspond to our basic count of 1, 2, 3, 4. But when we play boom chicka, that falls between the beats. The note on the first string with our finger does not occur to one of the main counts. It's going to occur between two counted notes, and for that reason we call it an offbeat, or I like to call it a tweener note because it occurs between two beats. To play the boom chicka and count at the same time, we have to modify our basic count. We can't just say 1, 2, 3, 4 anymore because we've got this tweener note or offbeat note. So the basic musical count now becomes 1, 2 and 3, 4 and when we play a measure of 4/4 time using the boom chicka pattern. The corresponds to the ands in the 1, 2 and 3, 4 and count. It's really important to get that basic rhythm straightened out, get those offbeats in the right place. The occurs just after a chick, but just before the next boom. All right, so hopefully you're good with that. Let's move on to applying this to Will the Circle Be Unbroken? To back up Will the Circle Be Unbroken, all we're going to do is replace the chick, the boom chick, with the chicka. So we're going to go from playing pinches on beats 2 and 4 to playing 5/1 note pairs. What the thumb does is exactly the same between the boom chick and the boom chicka. I'll start with a demonstration here. I'll play the basic boom chicka pattern, and I'll also add in alternating thumb on strings 3 and 4 to show you how this works out. 1, 2. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Boom chick, boom chicka, they both work to back up Will the Circle Be Unbroken in any other song or tune, really. Now what about skeletal melody notes, boom booms, all that? Whatever you did with the boom chick, you can do with the boom chicka. There's no difference here because whatever the thumb does in one, the thumb can do in the other. It's just swapping out the pinches with 5/1, swapping out the chicks for chickas. And I could do demonstrations of all that, but rather than me showing you, how about you work that up on your own? So start practicing with the boom chicka. Maybe start the booms just on the 3rd string initially. Back yourself up on Will the Circle Be Unbroken, and then try it with alternating thumb. From there, go to put in the skeletal melody notes, and then maybe add in some boom booms. Convince yourself that what we're doing with the thumb is all the same from the boom chick to the boom chicka. It's just swapping out the pinch with a 5/1 note pair. That makes all the difference. Now, we've developed 2 fundamental picking patterns here, the boom chick and the boom chicka. So we're building up a pattern library. And because we have 2 fundamental patterns to work with now, we can start making combination patterns. We can start using both of these in the same measure. Do it in a very structured way, or we could do it in a very freestyle way. Let's look at the possibilities for doing it in a structured way. And if we just think again of a single measure of 4/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 4 beats, we could start by doing a boom chick, and then on beats 3 and 4, do a boom chicka. Thumb pinch, thumb 5/1, or the count would be 1, 2, 3, 4N. Or we could switch that around. We could start with the boom chicka and then finish the measure with a boom chick. Let me demonstrate the boom chick, boom chicka for you, and I'll play it across the 3 basic chords, G, C, and D. 1, 2, 3, 4. So boom chick, boom chicka, boom chick, boom chicka across our measures. We could also add alternating thumb on top of that. So boom chick, boom chicka. And on the booms, the first boom, we're on string 3, and then we go to string 4 on the second boom. Let me give that a go. Same chord progression here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've just opened up a whole new world of possibilities here, even taking a structured approach. We can mix the boom chick and boom chicka into the same measure. We can add alternating thumb on top of that. And of course, we could start adding skeletal melody notes and boom booms and all that. A whole world of possibilities have just opened up here. Now, you can also take a freestyle approach to this rather than a very structured approach. You don't have to say, okay, I'm going to first do a boom chick and then a boom chicka. You could do boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chicka, or you could do boom chicka, boom chicka, boom chick, boom chicka, any which way you want to. The reason for that is the chick and the chicka are completely interchangeable. We can exchange the pinch with a 5/1 and a 5/1 with a pinch, and it all works just fine. Let me finish this up. I'm going to play through Will the Circle Be Unbroken once again, just the chorus one time through. And what I'm going to do is throw it all together here. I'm going to play it in a very free-form way. Basically, I'll do the boom chickas as my bass line here, but I'll throw in some boom chicks when I feel like it, some double thumbs, some melody notes, mix it up however my fingers like to do it, and we'll see how it works out. All right, 1, 2. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. There it is. Of course, Will the Circle Be Unbroken with completely free-forming it on boom chicks and boom chickas and boom booms and alternating thumb and melody notes. Hopefully it still worked out. I thought it did. And, you know, if I did it another time through like that, I'd probably play it completely different. I'm just letting my thumb and finger do whatever they want to do. With these two different picking patterns in our library, the boom chick and the boom chicka, we've got plenty of new possibilities to work with. It's almost overwhelming in a certain way. But once you understand the structure of all of this, you've really got a lot of new freedom here. You don't have to feel so locked in and have to memorize every single note to plan an arrangement for a song or to play a backup. You've got a lot more freedom than what you hopefully realized before. There it is with the boom chicka. Let's wrap it up and then take a look at what's coming next in lesson 6. Both the boom chick and boom chicka are fundamental picking patterns in thumb, lead, two finger, whether you're playing melody or whether you're playing backup. The chicka comprises a pair of notes played on strings 5 and then 1 in succession, and respectively by the thumb and the finger. So rather than playing a pinch where both the thumb and the finger pick strings 5 and 1 simultaneously, we're separating those two notes. We're playing the 5th string and the 1st string, a 5-1 with thumb and finger when we play a chicka. And in order to accommodate this offbeat note corresponding to the on the 1st string, we have to come up with a new count for our measure of 4/4 time. And rather than just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, now we have to count 1, 2, and 3, 4, and, or boom, chicka, boom, chicka. So we have these offbeat notes, or what I call tweener notes, in our new musical structure. When using the boom chicka to play backup, in terms of the thumb notes, the booms, you can play it all the same as you did with the boom chick. You can play alternated thumb, you can play skeletal melody notes, you can play boom booms. That's all the same. All we're doing is swapping out the chicks or the pinches with chickas or 5-1s on beats 2 and 4. And the chick or the pinch and the chicka, the 5-1, are completely interchangeable. So you can create new combo patterns here in any given measure, where you could play a boom chick followed by a boom chicka, or do a boom chicka, then a boom chick, or you can just freestyle it because the chick and the chicka are completely interchangeable. So you can put pinches where you want to put pinches and 5-1s where you want to put 5-1s, as long as you're doing this on beats 2 and 4. So a lot of new possibilities open up now that we have two basic picking patterns to work with. That sums it up for lesson 5. In lesson 6, we're going to look at a third picking pattern, and that's going to be the booma chicka. So until then, have fun, and as always, just keep on picking.